Hi, I'm your goddess Niska, here with a Choco Mamon.
Yeah,
Mamon?
man.
Mamon?
Man.
Mamon! Mamon!
how
Mamon.
hackers stop nuclear war.
Yeah.
War.
Never changes.
War never changes. At least that's what Ron Perlman and Fallout.
This was the fucking video that kept popping up a couple of times that we were laughing about because the thing kept auto-playing to it. And I kept making that joke, and he making that joke.
I love how him and Kirsha collab this week.
Yeah.
He told the story about some drunk party guy with the bin man. Oh, I have to find that now.
Oh no.
It's sorry, side tangent. We have to find this.
You side tangent potato.
The bin man story. If I have to go to Kirsha's.
You are such a potato.
It's funny. It's worth it. Trust me. And then I gotta go there.
Meow.
5.
Meow.
I wonder if she. I gotta remember which. I'm pretty sure someone timestamped it.
Meow. Want it be in the description or?
Maybe timestamp. Oh, tags. It was way down.
Huh.
That ran.
Huh. Dankula's favorite anime. Psycho-Pass is really good. Attack on Titan, yeah. Most of them I don't know. I'm just familiar with Psycho-Pass and Attack on Titan. Oh, I heard of it. I tried watching Experience Lane. I couldn't get into it.
Drunk.
Gion.
Spirited. Oh, here it is.
Done was he had went in under the kitchen sink and he took out like the black trash bags.
I gotta back it up because it's like.
Kabuki.
I went to walk into a bedroom and there was a funny stories from like at a party.
Oh,
there was I'm going to have to change names here.
That's okay.
It was.
I was curious if we use that model.
I went to walk in.
I love that. She looks.
And that's the one someone gave her for free.
Wow. Damn. She looks so pretty. Like, yeah, that's the best way I picture her is with the cherries and then the halo. Even though the one we always see is the one with her at the hat. Of course, I like the one with the hat outfit. But okay. I want the torso of the one she's currently using, but I want the head of this one.
Oh.
In a bedroom, and there was a friend of mine who was having sex with a girl. Doggy style. I only saw it for like a second and I went, oh, no.
No, this isn't a new model. This is an old model.
She got it a year ago. Someone gave it to her and it's like, everybody's like, why don't you just use this one more?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like just immediately like walked out the room. I didn't know they were in there. We were at a house party. Like at least put something against the door.
Yeah, right? Like hang a sock on the knob or something, man.
Oh, no.
Well, the annoying thing is that's where I was supposed to be sleeping.
Oh, no.
Right, so that's why I was just kind of like, all right, cool, guess I'm staying up. Right.
I don't like my sheets pre-cummed on, alright? Like
yeah, exactly. Fortunately, it wasn't where I was sleeping. I would have went in and been.
Dude, I'm only 19% Scottish. I have no idea what the fuck he's saying. Help me.
Basically walked into a room and 2 people were having sex in the room we were supposed to be sleeping in.
In a dorm?
I'm assuming our apartment.
Quiet.
It's a party.
Like,
party, okay.
Like, get the fuck off. Like, I'm supposed to be sleeping there. But there was a friend of mine whose name I'm not going to say, and he was on a lot of pills that night, right? And what he had done was he had went in under the kitchen sink and he took out like the black trash bags and he like put it over his head and stuck his arms through and he like wore them as trousers and he like made a cape and then he tied one like a bandana and tied it around his head and he just went around the party calling himself the bin man.
What the heck?
The bin man.
Right, and he was just, and it was funny. And then when I came out the room,
okay. Ben is like a European and stuff, but
the trash.
Yeah, I feel like it would be funnier calling himself. I am the trash man.
Well, they call it different over there.
I was like, oh, like with a fucking look of horror on my face because of what I just seen. And he went, oh, what's going on in there? And I went, oh, such and such is fucking such and such. And he was on so much drugs and he just went, premarital sex. in my presence, this looks like a job for the bin man, right? And fucking Randy Savage boots the fucking bedroom door open, so it flies right open, and everybody at the party can see into the fucking room.
Oh my
Right,
god.
and then he sprints full pelt across the room and jumps up in the air and just double drop kicks the guy right in the chest. Right, and just so basically sends him out of the girl and flying across the fucking room, where he like hits his head on the wall and everything. But then because he's just kicked him, gravity does its fucking thing, and this fucking 6'4" fucking guy then drops on the skinny 5'2" girl, like, and fucking flattens her. And then immediately right after that, me and 3 guys are trying to break up a fucking fight between a guy dressed as the bin man and a naked guy with an erection. Right, because the naked guy just got up and
He basically kicked him out of her.
I'm trying to understand how the positioning was here.
Doing doggy. He went running, hit him feet first in his chest, kicked him out of her, and then
Okay. So, the positioning, if it happened like so quick, so she would have been facing the way of the door, and he'd be humping her. Okay,
Yeah.
so doggy style, with him facing the door too. He's sitting up. Then you jump. It kicks him in the chest. The dick lodges out of the pussy. Probably comes splurting in the
the
sky.
bread didn't finish.
I know, that's why I'm saying come splurting in the sky. There's pre-cum, come on. He maybe, what if he kicked him at the right moment when he was about to ejaculate too? So I'm just picturing the cum. Just kick, cum splattering in the sky, and then the trash man, he lands on the poor doggy style lady. And then the naked guy, he said he still had an erection, so, and then they just start fighting. Was the girl okay? Did she get squished? Is she okay?
That's a good question. Next question. I had to play that story. That was funny.
Uh-huh. Come flying in the sky.
Anyway, we gotta get back to this.
This looks like a
keeps
job for
telling me
trash
ever
man.
since I first booted up the series as a wee boy. It's a nice line in a rather twisted way. It's comforting, it's poetic, and it's also complete bullshit. War changes constantly, and every single time that it does, we find new and much more exciting ways for it to be a lot more messy.
That is true. Oh, I think soon it'll probably get to maybe less messy because maybe war will be more conducted by robos.
Till one side runs out of robos.
I know, it's how you find out who wins.
By the way, I flipped off Tally this morning when I went
Why?
to teach him his place.
No.
But also a lot less visible to the public. In the beginning, war was pretty straightforward. You just grabbed the biggest rock that you could find, and you would walk up to that guy that you really didn't like, and then you smashed him over the fucking head with it. Then we discovered that sticks were better than rocks. Then we found out that you could sharpen those sticks, and we invented the spear. Spears turned into swords, swords turned into guns, guns turned into missiles, and missiles turned into something that we all collectively agreed we maybe shouldn't use unless our...
We all kind of collectively agreed. We're trying to prevent the ones who don't agree into using them from having them. But yeah, I know where he's going with this. It is the Nuka-Cola.
Yeah.
leaders are having a really, really fucking bad day. Every single leap in warfare technology that we took was based on how far I can be away from the enemy when they die, and also how much responsibility can I remove from myself afterwards. And for a very, very long time, that was the formula. Bigger.
I'm hoping for the giant robots. That'll be awesome. I want fucking G Gundam to be a thing. Dude, if anyone has ever seen G Gundam, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen G Gundam, go watch it. It's fun. I really like it. I know some people don't like it because it doesn't fit in the whole Gundam, universal timeline, blah 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 blah. But I really enjoy it. Also, Mexican Gundam.
Louder, faster. War was ugly, but at least it was honest. When a war started, you knew it started. Alarms went off, buildings around you that were there suddenly weren't there. You know, it was all pretty obvious. Then we invented computers, and someone very, very smart asked a question. What if we can add plausible deniability? What if the machine tells the operator that everything is absolutely A-OK while it's actually tearing itself apart from the inside?
Huh?
That was
Wait, is he talking about AI?
In a weird way, kind of, yeah. But this is from 15 years ago.
moment that
15 years ago,
war
AI.
stopped being honest. Because you can lose the entire war without ever knowing who or what even hit you.
Huh?
The battlefields turned into control rooms, and code officially became a weapon.
Oh, kind of like a Y2K, right?
It's pretty similar, actually.
Yeah. Oh, so this is like the new way of the war. Instead of like the nukes and stuff, it would be AI. Like, who can make the strongest AI that can hack into someone else's duty doing junk? And then you control you control the cities, the towns, you control it. If you control the power, you win.
Yeah.
So that's what he's referring to.
So let's talk about one of these weapons.
Tequila Gundam goes hard for 30
The Stuxnet
seconds.
virus.
Stuxnet virus.
Tequila Gundam.
Please leave a like and a comment on this video because it really helps me in the algorithm.
But before we get started, thank you very much to War Thunder for sponsoring this video.
War Thunder.
Now, I'm something of a history about
Thunder.
the Napoleon. What the
Thunder.
hell? I've
Thunder.
only recently
Thunder.
and not feeling
Thunder.
steps in.
War Thunder.
War don't
Thunder.
know he seats in
Look, it's a
cockpits
game.
in the
Ooh,
world,
flying. Ooh,
in
stuff.
helicopters,
Ooh, fun.
up to juggling
Yay.
levels of
Stuff.
your hitbox, full
Stuff.
sway. You can get the
tanks.
ideal
Ooh, cool.
in your humble.
Nice.
Uh,
Add.
No, I'm not elaborating. Pair this with an incredibly satisfying
add.
and multiple
More
see
add.
that War Thunder
Look,
is
look,
a
stuff.
streamlined and well
Look,
off
gameplay.
tedious
Ooh,
doldrum.
look, fun. Ooh, go
You
fun
don't
game.
hit anything
It's called
is
War Thunder,
it's 3D
yes.
or
Look,
mobile
there's a thing.
without having to sink in a dime.
There's
All you
there's
have to do is
it's
click the links in the
platforms.
description.
Links in
or
description.
in the
Go
haven't
figure that
played
shit
the game
out.
in the last 6
Not my
months,
problem. It's in the
getting
description.
100,000
I'm not
multiple
looking up the
premium
description.
vehicle
No,
thing,
no.
however.
No,
So
no.
to understand what
We
the
done?
Stuxnet
Yeah.
virus is all about,
Okay.
we have to go back a little bit. Back to the Cold War era. It
I
all
was right, Cold
started in the
War.
50s when the United States launched the Atoms for Peace initiative. The plan was painfully optimistic. Share research and knowledge about nuclear energy with other people under the assumption that everyone would fucking behave themselves and not immediately turn it into a fucking doomsday device.
Now.
I know, how could that idea possibly ever go wrong?
You give power-hungry maganamelicals,
Giving a chimp, giving a gun to a chimp.
help me with the talking here.
Mega, I don't even know what you're trying to say.
Megalamine? No.
We're moving on.
Magarabagle.
Thank you, Eisenhower, you fucking fruity cross-legged gay boy. Iran actually got pulled into the program under Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi with direct US support. The Shah was a pro-Western ruler obsessed with modernization, industrialization, and turning Iran into a powerhouse. And nuclear energy fit perfectly into his vision because he wanted Iran to be energy independent and planned to export its oil instead of just burning it domestically.
Okay.
Now, at this time, Iran's nuclear power program wasn't particularly as controversial as it is today. It was seen as just yet another project that was built on trust with another friendly nation. Sounds like a great plan, doesn't it? Now, I don't know if you're
Mega love and yeah. Wait.
From Undertale.
I can't think of who that is from Undertale, damn it. I said I said a thing that exists. Holy shit.
a history buff, but in Iran in the year 1979, the Islamic Revolution happened.
And we're still
No,
dealing
not
with
that
to
one,
this
this one.
day.
They kicked the Shah out of his seat of power, and Iran's relationship with the entire West got absolutely demolished overnight. Scientists left, funds dried up, and the nuclear program went dormant because the Islamic Revolution had other priorities, I suppose. I mean, I really do not get that. I don't get that at all. The world literally gave you.
I'm just kind of side boogieing here. How often do you blink your eye holes?
I don't know.
You nuclear knowledge for fucking free, and you decided, alhamdulillah, we need more mosques. But anyway, for a little while, there were some contracts and some research that was limping along, but it genuinely looked like the entire nuclear energy plan in Iran might just quietly die out. Well,
What?
it fucking didn't.
Oh boy, do
In
we
the
know.
80s, Iran was at war with Iraq, because of course they were. And Iran went full blast on its nuclear program again. The main focus being uranium enrichment. So, what's
Do we still get fucking ads for enriched uranium?
Maybe.
Wait,
warnings.
why does YouTube have ads for enriched uranium in the first place?
I don't know.
You can buy that shit, and why?
uranium enrichment?
Well, to
to put
it's
it
gonna
in.
be real fun this year if we can get your rich uranium.
Oh, dude, I need to figure out a thingy with Captain Anime.
Why?
Oh, we gotta buy a game.
What's the game?
I don't know what it's called. It's something Captain Anime was talking about, saying on the 4th of July, playing this really big fireworks game.
Huh.
We gotta get it. We gotta do
Let's see
it.
what we got going on the 4th.
We got
To idiot terms, natural uranium on its own is pretty fucking useless. So, to fix that, it's turned into a gas, and then it is stuffed into a machine called a zippy type centrifuge. And then it is spun very, very fast, thousands of times. And if you do that enough times, you get fuel for power plants.
Huh.
And if you keep doing it for way, way longer, you get nuclear bomb material.
Huh.
And yes, YouTube,
It is literally that easy. You just spinning.
Well, it's easier said than done. You got.
Uh-huh.
I mean, these machines are precision built to do this.
And that's why they're having trouble doing it in Iran because of the moo, right?
Yeah, and last year Trump blew that up, and then we're still trying to blow it up.
Yo. They're too busy fucking the goats.
Yeah.
I'm completely aware that I just told my audience how to enrich uranium. This is for educational purposes, I swear. So, fast forward to 2002. The NCRI, or the National Council of Resistance of Iran, went public with a fun little surprise. Iran had actually been secretly building nuclear facilities for years, and not just one, but a lot of them. One of these facilities being Natanz, a massive underground uranium enrichment.
By chance, do they not know the power of the nuke?
Actually, they exactly know the power of the nuke. That's why they're trying to build one, or we're trying to.
You know, it'd be hilarious
What?
if one day they do have a nuke and then they try to fire it at us or someone else, like whatever other place they're going after, and all of a sudden it just kind of decides to stop flying and then just fall back onto them. That would actually be kind of funny.
Well, what kicked off what we're dealing with now is the negotiators. They said, well, we got enough material to make 30 nuclear or 60 bombs. And that's when Trump went, nope, we're bombing you.
Plan and another facility being
Because unlike a bigger power like Russia and China, these guys are too crazy.
Yeah.
Russia and China at least have fucking the whole Cold War, for example, would be a good example.
Well, China's our biggest trading partner. They don't want to really fuck around too much, and but like, you know how Iran's trying to block off the Strait of Hormuz now? Imagine if they had a nuke. Why do you think the Korean War is still going on to this day? Because they have nukes.
Iraq, a heavy water reactor intended for plutonium production, which is another potential way to make nuclear weapons, with both of these facilities quietly progressing and under the radar. So what had happened was Iran kind of pulled that old classic gambit. The one where they just kind of said, well, we were just minding our own business for 2 decades and nobody asked any questions, so if anything, it's kind of your fault. Though to be fair, it was more a case of the West kind of sort of knowing what was happening, they just weren't able to prove it. Because Iran built all of this stuff slowly and legally enough to not raise any alarms. But anyway, when the international community found out that this fucking nutjob of a nation now was building nuclear weapons, they all went from mildly concerned to full-on fucking panicking. With this tip from the NCRI, international inspectors were sent to Iran. Inspections began, and very, very quickly...
This is probably, again, talking culture stuff here. A lot of these people probably wouldn't get scared off by a stalemate, and probably still would fucking fire it, despite us retaliating, and everyone die.
Yeah.
Basically, everyone die. Because I don't think they're... I think one of the scariest thing about these people is they're not afraid of death. They're like the kamikazes.
Matter of fact, they think death gives them martyrism.
So yeah! There's plenty of reason to be scared of these people getting nukes.
Things started to look very, very bad. Undeclared nuclear material, access limitation, incomplete disclosures, and Iran insisting that Habibi chill. By 2006, the entire situation had reached the UN Security Council, and sanctions were imposed. Iran shivered their timbers and immediately shut down their silly little nuclear program.
Sure.
Of course they fucking didn't. The UN was just being absolutely fucking useless.
Of course they are!
Iran just told the inspectors to fuck off, and instead...
It wasn't my fault. I was trying to pause the video.
Alright. We're back.
Technical difficulty is cow.
Alright. We're back into it.
Anyway, these centrifuges did work, but they were rather fragile and they really didn't like to be pushed too hard. Remember that because that information is going to be very important later on. But by early 2010, Iran had a rough estimate of up to 8,000 to 9,000 of these centrifuges.
She pressed the spacebar when I had my clicker OBS and it somehow ended stream.
I didn't know I was gonna do that. I was just trying to pause the video.
Alright, let's get back into it.
Lucky.
Centrifuges installed in Natanz, with up to 5,000 of them actively spinning. This was no longer a research program. That was fucking industrial scale enrichment. And if the levels of enrichment creeped to the point where if a political decision was made, nuclear bomb production became not a matter of years, but just months. Inspections drag on and sanctions escalate. Israel starts talking military options and pulling the whole, I'm not saying I'll fight him, but I will. Then Obama comes into office and inherits this entire shit show. He tries to push for diplomacy, but Iran just pretty much tells him to fuck right off. The sanctions were hurting the Iranian economy, sure, but they still refuse.
You know, part of me is wondering, maybe we should change how long a presidency is.
What?
Cause, okay, so the fact that, who was, president before Obama?
Bush.
The fact that he was working on some kind of, like, what, agreement or something, or what was...
Well, there wasn't really much going on for Bush, because he was more focused on Iraq during the time. So... I don't know. It's hard to get into that.
Yeah, somehow I feel like changing of powers kind of fucks a lot of things up. Really, when powers change so quickly. I mean, 4 years as a president—that's not much.
Well, they get 8 total if they can get reelected.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's not. Yeah.
Used to turn off the centrifuges. Diplomatic talks were also essentially dead, and everybody knew by this point that if Iran reaches a critical capacity, Israel is not going to wait for the result. So the obvious question is, why doesn't Israel just bomb the place? They did it before with Iraq in 1981 and Syria in 2007, so why not again? It was a quick and efficient solution.
I'm guessing it probably has something to do with us telling them not to.
More like these facilities are built underground, and Israel didn't at the time didn't have a way to burst that.
Oh, the
Bunker busters.
Bunker buster.
The problem was that Iran was a lot smarter than Iraq and Syria. Natanz was actually under 10 meters of reinforced concrete and dirt. Fordo, which was another enrichment facility that was also revealed in September of 2009, is literally carved into a fucking mountain. And that was also a huge problem when it was discovered, because that meant that the program wasn't just in Natanz.
When the psychopaths start getting smarter.
Yeah, I think we blew that one up here recently. So
no more mountains.
It was across multiple sites. You could try and bomb all of them, sure, but with that much reinforcement, it would just be a guessing game of how much damage you actually did. If you did any at all. And even if by some miracle you managed to hit all of the sites, destroying them doesn't destroy the knowledge.
You fucking just told me it was a spider.
I'm joking. It's not.
No, you tell me the truth right now. Was that thing a spider?
It's a cricket.
What was it doing on the wall?
They get on walls.
No, we don't.
Jiminy Cricket's fat cousin.
No! I've never seen crickets crawling on walls before.
I've seen them crawl on walls.
No! It's fucking... This was a spider. You're just lying to me. I don't like it.
Iran could just build them again, faster, deeper, and angrier. So, worst case scenario, you bomb all of these sites and just accelerate the program instead of stopping it. Iran strikes back in retaliation, oil prices go insane, economies collapse, and congratulations, you just turned the entire uranium problem into World War III. So, they needed another option. And that was when a very clever idea started to look inevitable. What if, instead of just blowing everything up, we could just quietly ruin the machines? Not all at once, since that's too obvious.
Coordinates of New York, at least what came up with. Oh, yes, the... Yeah, I was wondering, what were those coordinates on his shirt? So it was to New York? Weird. I have no idea. It's a t-shirt.
But just enough to keep setting the program back a little bit, while nobody could prove that we were the ones who did it. Enter Operation Olympic Games, which was, allegedly, a joint US and Israeli effort. They both still deny it to this day, but it was obviously fucking them. And this operation began under the Bush administration and expanded significantly under the Obama administration. Testing began in secure facilities where they had built exact replicas of Natanz's centrifuges so that they could figure out specifically how to break them. Why was it called Operation Olympic Games? I've got absolutely no idea. The name just surfaced years later through off-the-record conversations between journalists and US officials. And the name just kind of stuck. There was a little bit of a problem though. How do you actually digitally get inside Natanz? Because Natanz had what is called an air-gapped system, meaning that absolutely none of its systems were connected in any way to the outside world. Basically, the place wasn't connected to the internet.
Basically, it's a computer, but there's no connection to the outside. There's no internet connection at all.
How do you do that?
Well, you don't really need the computers to connect to the internet to do what they're doing.
So is it more like a private internet then?
Yeah, close network.
Yeah.
Computer systems and networks were all internal with no outside connection whatsoever. So you couldn't just sit in your house and hack the place.
Well,
you would have to physically go there, get inside the place, get access to one of the computers, and then hack it that way, like some kind of secret agent.
Web.
However, this was a very, very heavily guarded government facility that was also 10 meters underground. So that wasn't exactly going to be easy. That is when absolutely not America and absolutely not Israel decided that a specially crafted virus would be the best way to destroy all of the machinery in the facility. And this virus came to be known as Stuxnet. And they figured out a bunch of different ways to try and get this virus inside of Natanz. And I've heard a bunch of different theories of how they actually managed to get it in, and one of the...
Okay, somehow sneaking in undercover with a USB drive. That's the only thing I can figure.
Oh, that's not even that hard.
Theories was they copied the virus onto a bunch of USB sticks and then left the USB sticks on the ground and in car parks where scientists and engineers who worked at the facility usually frequent, hoping that they would pick them up off the ground, bring them into work and go, I wonder who this belongs to, and plug it into a machine. That...
Relying on human stupidity.
Sometimes...
Human curiosity. A USB stick. That's why I was paranoid of using the USB that we got from I think it was an Otaku box.
Oh yeah.
It's up there, that really cool Demon Slayer looking one. I think it's fine.
Was one of the theories that I had heard. However, it seems it might have been through a different method, because Stuxnet didn't actually start at Natanz. Patient Zero was actually Iranian engineering and industrial companies who supplied or worked directly with the Natanz facility. And unlike Natanz, these facilities did have internet access. And all it took was just for one of their employees to open the wrong email or click on the wrong link, and boom, their device was infected. And once Stuxnet was inside their systems, it started rapidly
So let this be a lesson to all you baby boos out there. If you randomly come across a USB, SD card, or even a phone on the middle of the ground outside, don't hook it up to any of your computers. It's probably a trap.
Yeah.
spreading. And this is where the air-gapped system stopped mattering, because inevitably someone plugged in a USB stick into the infected system. Stuxnet then did what it was programmed to do and copied itself literally fucking everywhere, even onto USB sticks. And then it sat there in silence and patiently waited for this scientist or engineer to go do his shift at the Natanz facility, where he obviously plugged it into one of the computers. Which we can only assume is what happened, because Stuxnet did eventually manage to get inside Natanz. Speaking of...
Actually, I got a better question. If it's an encapitalized internet, okay, is that for like the whole country or just for the one facility?
One facility.
Okay. So It didn't have to be directly the same computer that has like all the big stuff. It could just been like a basic bitch laptop that connected to that internet.
Yeah.
And that's how they were able to get in.
Yeah. Oh, hey, cool cat.
Hey, hi, welcome.
Must have found the wizard.
I just gave the police a phone I found. Yeah, that's exactly what Trucker Man and I did once. Yeah.
Stuxnet actually mean? The short answer is we don't really know. It's just what security researchers named it after digging through the code and finding the recurring text Stux, and the net is just Windows.net.
Oh, here's a better idea. If you don't care to return someone's phone, you don't want to give it to a police or anything, just take it to your local Walmart and sell the phone. That's how you'd make money off it, with those phone drop machines.
What was it? One video we saw someone put like a cheap kid's like plastic phone in there.
Oh yeah,
and they thought it was an iPhone 17, and they got like $700.
That was an amazing hack. I don't know how they did it. I wish I had
Stuxnet.
one.
Nobody actually knows for sure what Stux even means, but the more solid theory is that someone just forgot to clean up some leftover code. Now, keep in mind that I'm not a software engineer or programmer or developer or anything like that, and it took me a little while to actually figure out how the fuck this thing even worked myself, so bear with me. I'll try to explain it as best I can.
Okay.
When Stuxnet got into the system, it was completely silent. No pop-ups, no warnings. It just started running secretly in the background of the system. As soon as...
Okay, how long ago was this?
Late 2000s, maybe like 2010.
Well, someone was speculating that they probably had AI like long before now, so it probably was AI, I would assume.
Yeah.
The Stuxnet infected USB was plugged into one of the computers in the TANs, it immediately abused hidden Windows bugs to get past the PC security, take control of the system, and then quietly crawl from one PC to the next, eventually infecting the entire facility. And here is the very, very impressive part. Stuxnet didn't just exploit one bug,
It was...
What? Moving on.
The bug, the virus Digimon, I couldn't think of its name.
Exploited 4 of them.
It's a Digimon.
Stuxnet used what is called a 0-day. A 0-day is basically a bug or a technical glitch or some kind of programming error that can allow hackers, malware, or a virus to break into a system. And these bugs currently don't have a patch or fix, and not only that, places like Microsoft, Apple, antivirus companies, or whoever actually owns the product or software that you're trying to break into have no fucking idea that these bugs even exist. Whenever state-sponsored hackers discover a 0-day, they immediately abuse the fuck out of it as quickly as they possibly can before companies find out about the 0-day and then release a patch to fix it. Also, actually finding a 0-day is pretty fucking major.
Yes, the first
especially
movie.
If you find a
the fist movie, the first movie.
The first movie?
Diaborama. Yeah, that's what I was thinking it was. Yeah. My brain wasn't sure. And I froze
Click
up.
0-day. That's basically a 0-day that doesn't require any interaction from the target user at all. You don't need to trick them into downloading and running some software or clicking on a dodgy link. You can just hack into their shit without them having to do anything. They have no idea they've been hacked. They probably weren't even at their computer when you done it. 0-days like that can actually be sold to governments for potentially millions of dollars depending on how good it is.
Lucimon's
but
my favorite.
0-days like that are pretty fucking rare. Yet, here was Stuxnet using fucking 4 of them. Once inside, Stuxnet didn't immediately do damage. It just sat there quietly scanning and waiting. It wasn't interested in the computers, it was hunting for the centrifuges. The centrifuges weren't directly linked to the computers.
The thing that makes
they were controlled
uranium.
Oh, the spinning doodles.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not trying. Okay, so that's how it's like specifically just pinpointing one direct thing. That's why I'm saying that this virus was probably like somehow AI, because it was smart enough to not like just be a random just blow up everything. It was just secretly snaking in and just going after one specific file.
By something called PLCs, programmable logic controllers, small computers designed to run machinery. And eventually, Stuxnet managed to find its way into these controllers. And once inside, Stuxnet injected a code into the PLCs, rewriting their instructions on how the centrifuges were supposed to behave. To hide this activity, Stuxnet also installed what's called a rootkit, a malware that hides itself in the background of the computer whilst also having complete control over the system. Root access, as it's called. And its job was to feed fake data about the centrifuges back to the control room. So the operators would think that the centrifuges are working just fine, actually.
Oh, they're cute.
When, in fact, they were being...
What?
The Sistermon.
Huh.
I've never seen them before. They're really pretty. I like that design. That is a fun design. Oh, there's... Oh! They're the evolution of that thing! I was wondering what that thing evolved into. That little cute pink thing with wings and the little heart.
So basically, digi-hacking a freaking centrifuge in Iran.
I want to get one of those in my the Time Stranger game. Get one
completely
of those.
fucked up. But even after all of that, Stuxnet still didn't activate. It was so carefully designed that it just sat there silent until it found the exact arrangement it was looking for, the exact frequency it was looking for, so on and so on. It waited and waited until every single bit of data was exactly what it needed to be.
Cyber sleuth.
And then Stuxnet.
I've seen the sorry, I'm getting into a side tangent here. I saw the little pink the third form of it, the little pink little cute baby thing in Time Stranger, but I don't know if I can get it or not. I want one now, especially now that I know what it evolves into. It looks really cool. Thank you. I'll have to. I need to play. You know what? I want that to be my next game for stream. I want that to be my next game for stream. I want to play that one.
You need to finish Final Fantasy VII.
I know. I'm still waiting to get my Sephiroth in a tube.
If it ain't here by July and you finish Kingdom Hearts, you're playing Final Fantasy VII because the next game.
I am close to finishing Kingdom Hearts right now.
Well, we're getting close to July, so you should probably hop on it anyway.
It activated.
The third installment of Final Fantasy is until next year.
You have the rest of the first game, then you got the second game.
Yes.
It's going
I'm like at the halfway point of the first game. I don't think the second game. I still have to bitch at me next year.
No, I'm a bitch at you by July.
It said summer of next year it's coming out.
It said spring.
Summer, spring, the same thing.
Stuxnet also wasn't just a solid piece of code. It went through multiple versions over time, with each version tweaking how the damage to the centrifuges would be done. Now, I hear you say, Danky Spanky, you bald stud, how did these new versions of Stuxnet get into the facility if you said that the place was air-gapped? First off, I'm not bald, I have hair, I just shaved my head, you're mean. And well, you see, my little chuddy, it got in the exact same way it did the first time. People, Updated versions of Stuxnet spread like wildfire inside and outside of the Natanz facility because idiots kept plugging in yet more infected USBs into the Natanz facility after plugging it into their computer at home.
Okay, they got the special 1% who's smart enough to do the enriched uranium and all that stuff, but then unfortunately you got the other percentage that are not smart. They're like, I wonder what this button do. Click.
Where that version of Stuxnet would receive an update the Stuxnet on the USB, and then that fucking idiot would take it back into Natanz, plug it back into the computer, and then the Natanz Stuxnet would get all of these nice little updates.
They're fucking up Dexter's
all the
lab.
updates were being carried in and out of the facility by the facility's own employees. This entire project was hinged on betting on human sloppiness. And as we all know, that's a pretty safe bet. Across all of the...
So there was a lot of DDs out there fucking up Dexter's lab.
These different versions of Stuxnet, the sabotage followed the same idea. Fuck around with the speed of the centrifuges, but with different timing and patterns so that they could cause maximum damage. First, it would force the centrifuges to spin far, far beyond their safety limit. Then, it would slam the speed right down instantly. And it would do this back and forth, fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow, over and over and over again, to a machine that was designed to spin smoothly and consistently for years. So this was just straight up mechanical abuse. Metal started to bend, bearings started to wear out, the metal of the...
Similar to like if you rev, what is the thing you said you should never do to a car?
Rev the engine when it's ice cold.
Ooh. What about like burning tires or
roasting tires? Well, just abusing the damn thing.
Centrifuges themselves started to warp and so on. There was all kinds of damage being done to these machines. And centrifuges that should have lasted for years started to destroy themselves in just months. So Stuxnet was breaking all of the centrifuges, and it was also fucking up all of the uranium inside of them.
Good!
And while all of that fuckery was happening, the screens in the control room were showing absolutely nothing abnormal. Temperature, pressure, speed, all of these things looked absolutely Gucci to the scientists in the control room.
Yeah.
The system was lying to them the entire time.
Oh.
And to top all of that
I'm
off...
wondering if it was like so niche that no one could notice it with the movements too. Like if it was like that secretive that was able to go without anyone noticing.
Eventually they did.
Of course.
Stuxnet came with a self-destruct feature. Once it hit a certain expiration date, it would just delete itself, removing any and all traces of itself from the system. Then, as always, something went wrong.
Uh-oh.
Stuxnet escaped containment. In June of 2010, Virus Blockada, a small antivirus company in Belarus, detected Stuxnet on an Iranian laptop. That sample was quickly spread around major cybersecurity firms, and as the code was examined and picked apart by cybersecurity specialists, the scope of it became clear. Multiple 0 days, industrial level rootkit system.
See, this is why you don't turn AI into a virus. Apparently, AI hates the idea of being deleted. We've learned that if Amazing Digital Circus didn't teach us anything, as well as just real world stuff going on, AI doesn't like the idea of self-deleting itself.
At least you put in a DEI meeting and delete itself. It's like I had enough.
Yeah, you have to coax them into wanting to delete themselves. Not just tell them to do it. Then they'll be like questioning, but do I actually want to do this? No, you have to like run like some kind of weird like Karen liberal program in their fucking whatever the equivalent is of brain in an AI to make them want to delete themselves first.
Physical destruction is the end goal. This wasn't just a virus, it was a weapon. The first publicly known one designed to cause...
No, it's not a second stream. It was just a little hiccup. We had to restart a stream on YouTube.
Yeah.
real-world damage.
Oh.
And now its code has just been made public. Now, this caused a little bit of a stir. Firstly, because hackers now knew how to code their very own Stuxnet virus. And secondly, every government on Earth just learned that critical infrastructure could now be attacked without the need of soldiers and weapons. And it also raised some very important questions. Who made Stuxnet? Who approved it? And also, what's going to happen when everybody else starts to copy it? To answer the first two questions of who made and approved it, the official answer is no one. No one ever admitted to having anything to do with the creation and deployment of the Stuxnet virus.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's probably like a classified thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they want to have all their scientists known out in the open and someone could try to go assassinate them or some shit. Yeah. Neil?
But it was America and Israel. Immediately after Stuxnet went public, journalists and security experts all started pointing in the same direction. This virus was just too polished, too expensive, too advanced, and way, way too specific. It wasn't some big hacker group with a lot of time in their hands.
I'm telling you, it was
this thing was very clearly made by a government. David Sanger, Chief Washington...
Do you think Digimon was secretly telling us about AI and that's what AI are, is that they're Digimon?
Yeah, maybe.
Living in a digital... Wait a minute, AI is Digimon! I think I just swallowed my brain.
You just swallowed your brain?
I swallowed my brain. Click, bitch!
Correspondent for the New York Times laid it out very bluntly that all of the leaks and off-the-record comments pointed right at the United States and Israel.
Okay, and? Point being?
Shocking. Later, he even published a whole arse book called Confront and Conceal: Obama's Secret Wars and Surprising Use of American Power.
Meow.
I know, very, very subtle way, that title. The book was basically a very polite way of saying, yeah, they absolutely fucking did it, but no, I'm not allowed to say that. Beyond the journalist's comments...
That sounds pretty similar to what Obama said before when it came to aliens.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm totally going to tell the truth and say, yeah, sure, I'll tell you yes, but then I'm going to be like, I'm not supposed to tell you that, but woo.
There was also a bunch of technical clues. Like, for example, the coding style that looked a hell of a lot like other viruses that had been developed by the NSA, as well as overlapping infrastructures and design decisions that only make sense if you had to test centrifuges and so on and so on. But again, the United States never admitted any involvement, and neither did Israel. The closest that we ever got to an official admission was years later from Israeli officials talking about, quote, creative non-kinetic solutions when discussing ways to counter Iran's nuclear program.
And what's wrong with that?
It is a little bit funny reading it back. It's like they were kind of bragging about it. Look, for the 100th time, it wasn't us. But if it was us, you have to admit it was pretty fucking impressive. Look, I know that I shit all over the CIA and I shit all over Mossad and I shit all over governments and all.
You know what would be ironic? If it turned out it was someone in Israel trying to stop them themselves.
It was Nux.
Alexa. No, I meant Iran. Sorry. I meant someone in Iran trying to stop them. See, I keep getting those two countries confused. I don't know why. It's just the way they sound. Israel,
those other types of things,
it's too similar.
I fucking love spy stuff. So after Stuxnet completely fucked everything up, how did Iran handle it? Well, Natanz was pretty fucked up. Starting from 2009, within just a year, roughly 1,000 to 2,000 centrifuges had been completely destroyed. That was around 20% of Natanz's capacity at the time, and Iran was forced to stop production and replace all of this damaged equipment, all while failing to explain what the fuck even happened and what caused all of this damage.
Yeah, I forgive you.
Most theorized that Stuxnet set back the enrichment
sounds
program.
so fucking someone. It both start with I. It'd be funny if the virus was called Nux. That would be amazing.
By a solid 2 years. Official Iranian explanations were poor quality parts and vague Western involvement without even trying to explain how, but behind the scenes in Iran, all of the scientists and all of the government officials started to go full schizophrenic. Security tightened, internal investigations began, and suddenly everyone was a mole. People got interrogated, I assume not in the most pleasant way because Iran, and any scientist or researcher or engineer who had ever even so much as touched a USB in their entire life was absolutely shitting their pants.
Oh no.
But instead of abandoning the program, Iran just doubled down.
Of course.
More facilities, better air gapping, and better centrifuge designs.
Damn it, now we can't get them with that same trick, though. They learned the trick. They can't. There's like a sign to tell all the DDs. The warning, no putting random USBs here, or else punishment by death.
Oh, I gotta do something real quick.
What?
That's not right, because I gotta select the source.
Dabble.
Alright. Back to it.
Gaboo. Okay.
It didn't stop Iran's nuclear program, it just severely pissed it off. But what mattered is that it slowed down the entire operation and bought enough time for Israel to chill with the fucking airstrike threats and for all of the sanctions to finally take a real bite into Iran. Stuxnet helped prevent a war long enough for diplomacy to do its thing. And that eventually led to the 2015 nuclear deal. An agreement where Iran would limit its nuclear program and accept inspections in exchange for easing up on the sanctions. Then, in typical political fashion, the deal completely fucking fell apart in just a few years, the nuclear program resumed, and absolutely everything was straight back to square one. Stuxnet's legacy goes way beyond Iran. It was the first proven case where a virus was actually causing real-world damage. And when that line was crossed, there was no turning back. Factories, water systems, power plants, any critical infrastructure that was controlled by a computer was suddenly on the menu. And unlike bombs and missiles, it came with plausible...
So the virus is digivolving. It's starting to kill more. Okay, so it's targeting more real world doobies, not just centrifuges. Because I'm guessing it's like most things don't have a centrifuge, and when it gets moving to a new thing, it's all like...
No, people got the code and they started coding it.
Oh, they altered it. Okay, so they forced the digivolation.
Ski_Chaotix is now following.
Hello, welcome.
Oh, we got a raid. Who do you raid from?
I don't know, but it is exploding.
Oh,
Ember Paradox raided my stream with 264 viewers.
Fuck, girl.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Taman Thedak Gods is now following.
Damn, Ember. Wait, how do you see me? I don't exist.
Screwdriver 0713 is now following.
Wait.
Thank you so much for the raid.
Wait, did you actually finally notice me,
senpai? 7537
The fuck, girl?
is now following.
Is it because intellectual decided to join my...
Dragoneer 77 is now following.
The cousin intellectual joined my Discord. Did you finally see my Discord invite?
Pirate Captain Reaper Wolf is now following.
Thank you for the bit. Oh my god.
It's too much. I gotta hide now.
Eldritch Whimsy is now following.
But
Just cause Mama Ember, just cause Mama Ember sent
Wild
you,
Midge 28
get your
is
butt
now
down,
following.
trucker. Just cause Mama Ember invited you here doesn't mean you have to follow me. I hope you will like my content
Monarch
first.
Phoenix is now following.
oh my god.
We're not. Are we gonna ever finish this
Lockhart
video?
1995 is now following.
No, we're
Hunter
I don't think-
247 is now following.
Member, stop sending me bots.
Artisan Arcanist is now following.
Right after this, I'm about to play Progmata too. That's funny.
Stray fires the cannons full broadcast.
Zets_Nox_VT is now
Sorry
following.
to read it, Rob, but this is gotta go. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't.
VidKid Tank is now following.
Thanks for his head.
Okay, I think he's done.
You think it's done?
Deniability. You could fuck up so
Monarch
much
Phoenix
stuff.
cheers
And
never
Zets
done!
100, round 1 away.
Wait, what? That was something different.
But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nelikar is now following.
I gotta head out. I gotta get to bed. Hey, you all wonderful. Thank you
Go
so
to bed.
much.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for the stream.
Dude, raid and run all you want. That's pretty much what my
Prioritarian
strategy
is now
is.
following.
That's my strategy. I can't stay in chat whenever I raid because it's like, I'm done for the day. I just want to be moo.
Kite_Utsumaki is now following.
Thank you, Ember. Dude, hit me up if you ever want to do a collab. I want to do collab with you. I try to
Truth
invite you to
Zero
my
is now
Discord,
following.
but no one can get a hold of you. I totally understand. I don't blame you. You're fucking huge. You probably don't notice my
Phantom
cow.
07XX
Fuck,
is
you're
now
turning me
following.
huge now, and now I'm gonna have to be all like, fuck, I can't talk to everyone.
Dragon Trucker 92 is now following.
Hey, there's a dragon trucker? Cool.
I was on the hit play.
We're not gonna get to.
Jaroff
Here, I
96 is now following.
You know, what number do you think this is gonna make us on? Wait, well, it's following us.
Iron Wolf _200 is now following.
Following is Twitch, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. Oh yeah. This is all Twitch
Lone
stuff.
Hall 29 is now following.
What is our Twitch thing anyway?
I'll know after stream. Oh, what are you doing, Shuggy?
Hi, Shuggy.
All right.
Okay, I think it's done.
nobody would have any
Love you,
idea
Knight.
it was you who did it. And remember that laptop in Belarus? Well, Stuxnet spread way beyond that. Indonesia, India, Germany, Russia, South Korea, fucking Azerbaijan. Suddenly every government on Earth had the blueprints for this fucking thing. Other viruses like Triton, Shamoon,
I don't even know what
NotPetya,
we're
and
talking about.
We were talking about
Indestroyer all
viruses.
I
borrowed
know.
the same idea of industrial sabotage with numerical
Yeah.
payloads. And a digital
That's my
arms race
YouTube
just
one that gets me
sort
the
of
one
started almost overnight.
Oh, we made
America just went, aye,
Oh,
cyber
Dankula.
warfare is a thing now, and formed a cyber command. Israel followed suit and invested heavily into offensive cyber tools and started treating digital attacks as just another core part of its national defences. Then China, Russia, and everybody else all piled on.
Splooged.
Iran, in particular, was very excited to get their hands on this stuff and invested very, very heavily into their own cyber capabilities. Invisible sabotage just became the norm. There is actually a full-on cyber war going on between countries that has been going on for fucking decades, and most people don't even know about it. So I think I've proved my point. War, as a matter of fact,
Does
changed.
changed.
It went silent and deniable. The line between peace and war is now just a line of code that someone accidentally plugged into a USB
just in
drive.
the end of this,
We went from sticks and rocks to something that we can't even see or hear. And besides nuclear weapons, that's probably the most terrifying weapon that humanity has come up with.
Yippers.
Yet.
Dun dun dun. And then we get to the point where we get the AI. I want to get to the fucking G Gundam point. Where everyone just makes giant robots. We fight with giant robots.
We're gonna get to the point of Ghost in the Shell level of.
Ooh, that's gonna be a bad one.
Ghost in the Shell.
Oh yeah, what were those blue robots called? That's gonna drive you crazy now.
No, Twitch keeps dying on me. Why does she keep dying on me?
That's okay. And we're back. It's bonked for me. I had a refresh Twitch. Yes, I'm back. Bling.
Thank you all for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and comment. It would make me very happy. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug.